lost my balance. And you know, that's when the colors started to change.
Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you an in-depth tour of my 2020 Class C Jayco 27N motorhome. If you're happening upon the channel for the very first time checking out this video, I'm L to the W. I'm a disabled veteran, I'm a car guy. My wife is a beautiful woman originally from Russia. She came here. Together, my experiences in the military and her experience transferring, moving here to a new country to start a new life. We both have a nice American, European perspective on travel, and we do make quite the interesting couple. And our plans for the future are to go full-time in this rig, travel the entirety of the country, Canada. We also plan on traveling overseas, some of the U.S. territories, and other countries. We've already been to Russia and Amsterdam together, and you know, we got a lot more planned. Unfortunately right now COVID's kind of put a little wrench in some of those overseas travel, but we got our RV here. We've done a few trips already, and we got more coming up, so you might want to subscribe if that stuff interests you. So this is it. This is the 2020 Jayco 27N Redhawk. You can see this is kind of rare. It's built on the Chevy chassis. Most of the RVs you find out there are built on the Ford chassis. This kind of happened in two ways. One, I was more comfortable with the Chevy chassis. To me, it just felt a little more roomy, a little bit more comfortable, and I'm just a big GM fanboy. Up front in the garage, the regular viewers know I have Project Z28, my 91 Z28 Camaro. My wife drives a Buick SUV. The big garage behind me here houses my 17 Chevy Cruze hatch, my 17 Chevy Camaro SS, my 15 Chevy SS sedan, and my 2005 Pontiac GTO, as well as this, where we're not driving it. So I have a long history of GM products, and I really like the Chevy product. I know this has the 6.0 liter Vortec V8, which is LS based system, and I know these engines are bulletproof. A lot of people use these truck engines in cars, put a lot of boost in them. People do a lot of crate engines on the LS stuff because they are just rock solid. It's a very proven design. So, all right, before the complaints start rolling in, I'm not saying Chevy's better than a Ford. It just happens to be my preference. I own a lot of GM products. I know the products, and I just feel more comfortable with the GM product. I would have bought a Ford had I found a Ford that I liked in a layout. It just happened to be that the layout that I really felt worked for us, without slides, with the huge walk-through storage and all that, happened to be on the Chevy chassis. So for me, it was like a win-win. I got the Chevy that I really preferred, and that. So before the comments and all that stuff, you know, if you like Fords, that's fine. I'm not bashing Ford whatsoever, and I'm not saying one's better than the other. It just happens to be my preference. Okay, so now let's get back to the video. Anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look around. It's the 4500 series. It does have a pair of outside speakers and a power awning right here. The storage compartments, we got, this one is barbecue detail. This one is where our propane tank is. This one here has an electrical outlet and a coax. Now, one of the things I really liked with this RV is how clean the outside is, and what I mean by that is you see a lot of RVs that have hose fittings, electrical connections, coax, outlets, and things like that on the outside of the coach. This doesn't have any of that. This only has what's required. Like right here, this is your furnace to give you heat. This is the exhaust for the furnace. Right here, this is the intake for the refrigerator. So if you take this off, and we'll open it up, it's not a biggie, it pops right out. There's the back side of your fridge. So this gives you access to work on it. It also allows air to blow through there and keep it cool. So we have one coax connector on this side. We have a 110 outlet here. This is just a general storage, and the solar prep was in here. And what that means is there's a jack on the roof with a connector for solar, and and the wires for that jack come here, and that's all you get. But it is kind of convenient. The whole rig is pre-wired for solar. We have this neat little setup here that's not being utilized right now, but it has a shelf and that. And here's one of the reasons I really feel like I can take this rig full-time over the road, is the vast amount of storage we have here. You can see this thing goes deep. Right now I got firewood, sewer connections, water, and then my power stuff right there. We have some chairs and a table right here, but we still got plenty of room. I have a lantern in that. This is our freshwater storage. If you're wondering, these hoses right here, they're for my sleep number bed. It's powered by air, so those are the air lines. I actually have the pump for the sleep number back here on top of the water tank, and it plugs in here. It's very, very convenient. You have a ladder going up to the back. There is another access point right here. You have your 4-inch bumper that you can store a hose in. Here's the rest of the walkthrough, and then here's an outside shower, which I didn't really think was going to be useful, but I do kind of find when I get done dumping the black tank, it is convenient to go ahead and wash my hands. Also, when I first connect the water, I use this to kind of bleed the water out. I put these quick disconnects on to make it convenient, and our hoses, the water hose comes through this opening again, which allows you to close the door and keep everything nice and clean. And like I said, our water connection's there. This storage compartment's been turned into my air horn, my air tank, via air compressor, the horns. I also have hoses and tire plugs in case we ever need to put air in any of the tires. I have more than enough hose and a fitting to get around. Right here is where our 30 amp power cord stores. Now this is actually hardwired into the unit. It doesn't plug into the outside. It's actually, you can see the silver box back there. It's wired directly in. And again, we have another coax and another 110 outlet out here. Here's one of the larger storage bins. I have some tools and some miscellaneous stuff out here. Here's a smaller storage bin. I have some Lynx levelers and some oil for the Onan 4000. What is it? It's a 2,000 watt. I think 2,000 watt or 3,000. Golly, I can't remember. But anyway, it's a generator. It's big enough to power everything. Alright, so the Lynx levelers are actually for my stabilizing system, which is right here. You can see the jacks. That's one of the things I special ordered this vehicle, because this is what I wanted, the hydraulic leveling system on this unit. Now there are several things I added to the vehicle, like these LED running lights here, but I want to show you what it looks like all buttoned up. So you can see pretty clean. This here is the hot water heater that runs on gas or electric, and like the only thing that we have out here is the gas caps. The only thing not hidden. Like I said, I like that the water, everything's hidden back here. I added a rear view backup light right there, and here's the awning. It's all electric. It comes in and out from a push of a button. And then what's really nice is, like, I'm 6'1", I have no problem with clearance on this thing, and I even have it angled down some. So here's another upgrade I did. I did the Keypad Entry. So here in the I'll show you this is the upgrade I made. There was a battery here. I have a turn off switch that turns off my solar and the 3 lithium batteries that I have for my solar setup. So as you walk inside, this is the main power. There's a relay down here that turns off all the power. This turns on your speakers inside or outside. Here's the control for the awning. And then here's my leveling system. Dealer put that, or factory put this in, fire extinguisher. So interior lights, it's just these main lights here in the cabin. power step. That's for what I'm standing on here. Once you're camping, if you don't want the steps coming on and off, you can just turn it off, and that keeps it from opening and closing with the door and wearing it out. And then exterior lights, you have the yellow light there, and there's also another one underneath the step. So coming this way, here's the couch. Underneath here I actually have all of my lithium batteries and my inverter, which I know it's a bit hard to see, and this does fold flat to make a bed, although you have to be fairly short. Alright, here's my solar charge control panel, and then here's my controller for the inverter. Here we have a small storage bin. Right here is kind of like the control of everything. We got the start stop for the generator. We have all our tank readings here. Here's your hot water heater. You can turn on either gas or electric. If you're not hooked to city water, you need to turn on your water pump. And then this one also has very nice tank heaters. There's heating pads on the black and gray tanks to keep them from freezing. So we have a 110 volt outlet here. We have some lights there. We have another 110 volt outlet here. And this one, you know, we're just using for dishes and that. Still got plenty of room to go in here. That's what I love about this RV. There's so much room. Here's our antenna that's up on the roof. You can tune that to dial it in. Again, we have another switch here. We have more lights. It came with the TV. We added a DVD player. This can fold back and you can make a bunk out of this. I believe the Jayco has like a 700-pound rating. It's like the highest in the industry. And then just a pretty generic Chevy cab here. Cloth seats are actually fairly comfortable. All you get's a rubber floor. Now that is pretty neat. They did put a rear view mirror backup camera. So that whole thing where you would naturally want to look when you back up is right there. That's the camera. So other than that, pretty basic right there. Okay, dinette. We have storage underneath both of these things. This table will fold down and come flat down here, and then you put these cushions here. It makes a bed. We have a little bit more lighting over here. And then some fairly good storage here, which we're really not utilizing. I have one bin and some Swiffer stuff up here. So when we do make the choice to go full time, we still have plenty of storage to go in here. Stainless steel double sink. We just have a 2-burner stove. What's really nice, Jayco puts these slides that come all the way out. So you get full use of everything. We have another small storage underneath the sink as well. The vent for the stove actually vents outside. I didn't even show you. So the microwave here is also a convection oven. It does have a burner like you find in a normal stove. So you can do some normal cooking. And this is kind of what we use, like our pantry. You can see we got a bunch of food in here. We keep our coffee in that. I have of course, my bun coffee maker, a toaster. We got this neat little thing. It collapses down for doing dishes and stuff like that. So, and here's something I really like. They did here is they put this bar here, and it gives you a little bit more room, and the shower too. So that way you're not like bumping into things. I do keep a cover here. It does get a little bit bright, so it does let a little bit of heat in. So I try to keep that covered when we're moving and not actually parked. But at a RV place, you know, it's totally fine. Okay, so I got the bed uncovered. I just kind of wanted to show you the sleep number, how nice it looks versus like the normal mattress. Now it has a comforter that looks like these pillows there. So we have a 110 outlet here. What I really like here is this. This is really nice to sit on and get dressed in the morning, especially me. I have back problems. We have a very nice, very generous closet there. And again, very huge storage, which we are not even begin to utilize. We have one comforter in here. Now what's really cool is we have these like reading lights right here. You touch it once, they're blue. So if you really need light, then you hold it, and look at that. Pretty neat little thing that Jayco put in there, and you can aim it any which way. There's another 110 outlet right here, so if you have a CPAP or anything like that. And then there's a very long storage drawer right there. That's a fantastic fan. This unit did not come with that. I installed that myself because I wanted to be able to boondock and create a breeze in here. So there's your heat. Your heat comes out of the floor because Jayco says they found that works better. And it probably does because heat rises. This also has vents in the ceiling for the air conditioning, as well as you can dump it out the center. So this is something I upgraded as well. I put a digital thermostat in here. I like being able to read the temperature. So now we do have a very nice separate bathroom here. Your regular standard toilet, some storage, one sink. You know, got some generous room here for shaving and other things that you might need. Here, I do kind of wish they would have put at least maybe one additional shelf, but it's probably something I'll add later on to give a little bit more storage in here. But I mean, it is absolutely massive. And again, I have another one of these covering the vent just to try to keep a little bit of heat out when it's sitting outside. Oh, they also did install a hook into the wall right here. Now, one nice thing that's kind of neat, they made it to where this door can lock. So that way if somebody's in the bedroom, you don't disturb them. What's really neat too is you have a pocket door here that closes off the entirety of the bedroom. So if you are traveling with somebody, you can block this off, take a shower, do what you need to with complete privacy. Or if you're sleeping and you don't want to disturb everybody, you can go ahead and just close this. And then if whoever you're with needs to use the bathroom, they can just go in here and not disturb you. And if you need the bathroom, then you just come in here and close the pocket door. And then, you know, you have your little thing here. Okay. Got a big, pretty generous storage up here. I am looking somewhere in the future, probably put a net or something over here to keep stuff in place. And then, you know, your basic fridge. I did add a fan system. It does really help keep some of the keep the temperature down on here. And then right underneath here is your furnace. Alright everybody, I hope you found that entertaining. Man, I really love this vehicle. We've been out on a few camping trips already. Man, I absolutely love it. I think we nailed it the very first time out. I will be doing a video. I'm trying to do it with the wife as to why we picked a Class C and why we picked this particular unit. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe. You don't want to miss that video. You don't want to miss our camping adventures. Like I said before, me and the wife, we're quite the lively crew. Regular viewers to our channel know this. So yeah, we're quite the fun couple. So we have a really nice trip coming up. So go ahead, subscribe, like, shares, comments appreciated. And like I said, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it gave you some insight about some Class C's if you had no idea, or you know, if you do have an idea, you know, little taste of what we have here. So hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.